Well, it's election day in Tauranga, as it is in the rest of New Zealand, and here we are at Tauranga Airport, just about ready to head off to the South Island. Got a nice day to start off from here. I'm not sure which one of these two are our planes. As you can see, weather is beautifully fine in Tauranga. Well, almost beautifully fine, so let's hope it's the same further south. Well, we've made it to Christchurch quite safely after a bit of a rock and roll on the aeroplane. Bit of an exciting time here and there, but actually it's surprisingly mild for Christchurch, and considering that the southerly has either been through or perhaps it's still to come. Anyway, here's the back end of the Tida, and we're going to have a look at the front end. Gretchen's in there getting the GPS ready, doing a good job, hopefully. So we have enough groceries now to last us for at least 2 weeks. Gretchen reckons a month. And we're back on Yaldhurst Road, heading towards the west coast. As we come up the road here, we might suddenly start to come into focus on the mountains with their snow. We'll come on a little bit further now to Darfield for a quick stop, full of nature. Just a beautiful blossom tree right here outside the facilities on the main road into Darfield. Well, we're gradually edging closer. Soon we should be at Springfield, and then it's where we start on up into the mountains themselves. Well, as we're heading on now closer to Porter's Pass, heading up into the Southern Alps, very much a Canterbury scene. Sheep in the distance. Southern Alps with a bit of snow on them. Well, these are just the foothills really. Looks to be the gap in the Alps that we're going to be heading for. Well, that's the road that we've come up so far. Car coming up the hill towards us, obviously. Look around this way and we'll come around to the Porter's Pass ski field. That's where we've come through the gap in the hills up off the plains. And up there somewhere is the Porter's Pass ski fields. Well, after the last stop, just a few hundred metres further back, didn't realise that over the brow of the hill there'd be the Castle Rock. And yeah, bit of an outcrop of rocks here just at the bottom of the mountains. Bit of an unusual formation. Pearson and grass area there to the right, and coming up towards Keith. Stunning view, isn't it? That, by the way, is the direction we've come. So I've climbed up a fair bit already, but a wee way to go to Arthur's Pass at 924 metres above sea level. And with, like so many other places in New Zealand, there's even dairying up here in the middle of the Southern Alps. So this has been one of the interesting things we'd forgotten about, the one-lane bridges here in the South Island. I think so far we've clocked up about 7 or 8 on this road as we coming up near Arthur's Pass, just a few kilometres to go, having just gone past Beeley. This is the Waimakariri River, I think. Arthur's Pass Township didn't hold a lot for us, so we carried on through, and we've just stopped in here at the Temple Basin Snowfield car park. Obviously people leave their cars here and somehow get themselves up to a ski field that's not very far away. We're now heading on towards Otira Gorge. And then it'll be a decline down the other side to the west coast. Doing her arty shot there, not quite sure what she's got in line. We did drive through some trees which had snow still hanging on to the branches. Just a light breeze was dropping the snow to the ground in the sunshine. It looks to be the top of the pass, just a little further on. Well, on the downward stretch towards the west coast, there's this famous viaduct that's been built that's taken a lot of strife out of driving this road. It's been here for quite a long time now, but it's still always quite impressive when you see it, and all of that work that went into it to make this road a lot easier to get over. Unfortunately, the weather towards the west coast looks like it's closing in a little. Falling above us at the moment is just coming down as almost like snow. So we thought we could hear a couple of Kias overhead before, and yep, sure, here they are up on this power pylon. Or at least there's one of them.
There's 2 of them.
These things can be pretty mischievous, getting on top of your car and pulling the rubber out around the windows. So there he is, the big New Zealand parrot, commonly known as a Kia. Well, it's been a late lunch, just after 3 o'clock, and we're in Blackball. This is what they used to call the Blackball Hilton until the Hilton Hotel got a little bit upset with them. I think they had to go back to their original name. You can see we're in Labour country. And as we've come outside the Blackball Hilton, there's the smell of coal smoke. It's not actually too cold really. Don't be making too many phone calls from this telephone box. Well, Gretchen spied the black ball salami, so she's heading off down in that direction to see what, see whether the place is still open, Saturday afternoon as it is. Don't know whether they renamed the street the Hilton after the hotel, of course, took on the name of the Blackpool Hilton. Not sure about that one. And it is election day, of course, and there's a few cars actually parked outside the polling booth, just up the road here. Don't think there'll be too much doubt about the result of the election here. Well, things are not too out of date here in Blackpool. Looks like Spark have already been around to do their rebranding. Nice new sign down there on the telephone box. I presume it's a telephone box, I'm not sure. I'll have to go down and have a look. So we're not too far from our destination now, but we've stopped in at Reefton to have a look at the first town in New Zealand to have electric light. In 1888 it was. This is Broadway. Like an old bank from years gone by on the corner over there. Not a lot happens down the main road nowadays by the looks of it. But we'll go on and have a look. Oh, now we're making our way down the lower Buller Gorge. Not too far to Westport, but another 20 odd K. Come to this big corner of the Buller River here, surging around after a little bit of rain and what have you up in the hills there. All this swirling water. On the other side there's a car just going under what they call Hawk's Crag. Sort of a feature on this lower Buller Gorge road as it heads down to Westport. The road is very narrow underneath that rocky overhang. Well, it's a lovely sunny morning in Waimangaroa, and here we are in our little holiday house north of Westport. View from the driveway out to sea. Looking back at the house now that we're staying in, car in front there. As you can see, we're at the bottom of the hill which leads up to Denniston. And this is a view of the backyard. Sort of view we get from the bedroom we used last night. And, oh my word, look at all the bikes. Not sure whether the guy that owns this place owns a bike shop perhaps in Westport, but more than enough for the whole family here. And even a little one for Lockie. You can either have the pink or the green. And even the helmets to go with it. We've driven up the 7 odd kilometres from the little settlement of Waimangaroa at the bottom of the incline. Beautiful day, never had anything quite this sunny before when we visited this place. And they've done a very good job in presenting it as a great tourist facility now. That's the look out down the coast towards Westport. Start of the Denniston incline.